This is Fox 18 Sports Sunday.
Welcome into Fox 18 Sports Sunday, the state championship trophy and the state champions Assumption girls soccer. In studio, Drew Dorsey, Alyssa O'Neill, and Ruby Stevens. It's been a little over 24 hours since winning. What have you done in your celebration so far?
I have went home with my family. I mean, just spent time with them, talked with them and my brothers. I look up to them a lot with soccer and just celebrating with them and just talking, seeing
Awesome.
what it feels like.
I went to a concert last night right after the game, so it was fun, but I was glad I got to, get home after the long week and, just being able to relax and, you did all that hard work and now you get to finally get all the glory for it.
Yeah, we dropped my dad off at the airport straight after the game, and then me and my mom drove home, and I just hung out all of last night, and then today I had volleyball. So
There you go, getting right back into it.
yeah.
And one of the biggest motivating factors you all mentioned after you won was just that this class had not won a state championship. How did that fuel you throughout this whole run and in the season too?
That was definitely a big part of it. We came in and ended the winning streak and kind of started a losing streak, so it was nice to, be able to bring the program back on top.
And then Drew, you also mentioned after the game that you thought you let your coach down with the years of coming up short. How powerful was that moment to have after the game with the coach and letting you know that you came through?
Yeah, I mean, we came into a great program my freshman year, and we came up short each year, and each year it was short by another game. My freshman year it was in the finals, and then sophomore year semis, last year was quarters, and just being able to finally win all 6 games when it matters most.
And after the game, Coach also said this was one of the best performances that she's seen from one of her teams at the state tournament. How did this team stay locked in throughout the entire postseason?
We kind of ended the regular season off, on a low, but, we came together. We talked about what we needed to fix to, be able to win a state championship, and I thought we did great. Actually putting it into play, not just talking about it, but putting it actually on the field, and it was great to see it all be put together.
Yeah, we had a lot of practices where we had to do a lot of game-like situations to actually put us in the right headspace for what we're the competition and the other players and stuff that we're going to see at state.
You mentioned the hard practices. How did those previous losses coming up short in the tournament kind of shape your approach for going into this season and this postseason?
I feel, I think Drew, you should answer this one. I don't know.
It was a question.
Yeah.
Just how did your approach switch this year, knowing last year you came up, or last couple years you came up short?
I think it was just something, we have nothing to lose this year. We were, 3rd seed, and we were the away team. We weren't supposed to win, so it was kind of nice to have that pressure off of our backs and stuff. So I think that also helped us, stay composed under the big stage. So I think that's really a big factor in it. Was we weren't supposed to win, and the way that we were able to was just amazing.
At what point did it click at all, or did you know hey, this could be the year that we could get this done?
I think it was very motivating, especially with 7 of our seniors being starters. We knew it was all or nothing at this point, so we had to leave it all out there, and we did.
Yeah, it was also when we were able to score early in games and set the stage for that game and how we were going to perform that day, made it so it's really set the mood and the tone for that game.
Ruby, you're a freshman. How would you describe the seniors and the legacy that they leave behind for you?
I would really say that they left a very big legacy, just being there and being leaders for our team, setting the tone and just showing what it's like to be a knight and just being on our team.
And I know, Alyssa, you mentioned being Assumption Knights family after the game. What legacy do you think this senior class leaves?
I think that we leave the legacy that it's you have to earn everything, you have to work hard for it. There were games that we went in expecting to win and it didn't go our way, so I think we left the idea that you have to earn it. You can't expect it to be handed to you.
And Drew has a Division I soccer coming up, Big 12 Cincinnati. What are you looking forward to most, continuing soccer on that level?
I'm just, excited to, be in the big stage, and I'm thankful for the opportunity to, be able to continue my career and stuff, and I think, doing it in the Big 12 is just such a great opportunity, so I'm really excited.
And then Ruby and Alyssa, what have you learned most from Drew?
Her work ethic, like in practices, she's going 100% every time. Like, she also is really good at keeping other people accountable for like what they're doing and what like their part on the team is. So
I would agree. Drew just does a very good job in leadership, and she's just an amazing player and an amazing friend too on the team.
And last question, how will you all look back at this moment 5-10 years from now?
I mean, even right now, I wish I could relive it. When we walked in, I was saying I wish I could go back to, yesterday when the clock was like winding down and everything, I wish I could relive it every day, but I mean, I'm glad we were able to, finish with the state championship.
yeah, looking back and like seeing and like being like part of like the legacy and continuing like the streak of Assumption and state championships and just being part of that role, and then for people to like look at the state championship, and it just like whenever I see it I just like smile like when I think about it.